says we ain't in the building? Who says we ain't into building? We the Moorish master masons, architects for your children, repping Friday 13th like Jason without the killing. But we promote life, oh, it's all about the feeling. And we invoke light, yo, we them light beings. Though you might see him on the block getting his posture, might be talking to cops, giving them caution. Occasionally wearing his fez when he's walking, see the turning heads, whispering, gawking. But he's locked in and he's zoned out while we boxed in our own house.
Study the mystics, the adepts, the magi, wisdom of the ancients can all calcify as possible mission. Free mental numbness, extract the substance, rid minds of dumbness. Use the source, don't care what some purport, as we know by being told man knows not. Many before the floor, souls God bought, placed in the devil's hands, ruling the seven lands. To dogma rituals, negro spirituals, brainwash subliminal, keeps thinking to a minimal. They're still criminal, in a world digital so pitiful. Mental survival so critical, it's visible. Can you see past righteous blocks? Hashtag zombies with waves of cyberpunk. No need for cell phones, they speak through saw palms. It's nothing for alarm, trips and forearms.
Wind, brass and bass, such a beautiful serenade. Women feeding me grapes, I'm feeding to new serenades. Whether the sky is clear or gray, rain when you hear a fake, giving life to see. Speaking through who not here today. Show you the future in a glimpse. You can always look to these holes like hallucinary pimps. Sun walked the desert, been more of a since I found God. Look back, used to see his prince. Forget being a prince, I'm a G. OD grown man, no Jody, deny it, you don't know me. Don't make me tap into the old me. That's like a couple hundred years. Walk around town with a couple hundred peers and release the peace of fears. The sun gon' shine, so what tears? This young brother here just trying to get his third eye clear.
This deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack. This deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack.
So as the moon sets, the sun takes its place and spoons on blocks, inspired spots, filled spaces. Peel back, rats, who got cases. Fire stained the corridors of flammable faces. Game changers, rule benders, and no pretenders. Style benders, channel my vibe through the vibrant optic lenses. Send a message to our veterans. Soldiers up and get it in. We on our birds, we emerge subliminal beings. Third eye seeing, still a participant unwilling.
They wanna break me, shake, bake, grade me. Rolling with my name G, double O-M-G. S-O-N is crazy. For a minute that you think you could take me for a fool like a native to his land, being schooled by a foreign dude. You mistaken me, spiders on the roof, in the dark trees. I be saying you mistaken me. You better move or I mark it. Power pin is my tongue, your resistance to target. Revealing all lies and deceit on the market. Genocide, carry round in pockets, I knock it down, bulldozer. David to Goliath, it's an exposure. Out some big cats ruling and it's getting closer to your downfall. Round up on your soldiers.
Little homie, I was seeking a fortune, tired of misfortune. I just wanted a portion, everything that I never had, though I needed my portion. Blowing like porcelain, haters battling as porcelain. Getting broke, tired of being broke. How we acquire hope is the DJ still as a dope, just to keep us afloat. Might as deep as the boat. Brain is a lethal weapon, we want it to a low. When I speak, I provoke. Walk in the room with my aura feeling like heavy smoke. Feel like when the levee broke under my Louis Vuitton, the semi-poke. Cause then we capture the kill the boy, yeah, the joke. The cost of living, higher profits, the private prison. These little girls are selling bodies just to pay tuition. These little niggas selling niggas just for bail condition. It's like the slavery never ended with the intermission. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me and me one plan. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me and one plan.
Yeah. Secret Society Productions. Do them and I'll just do me. Do them and I'll just do me. Masons think they out of blacks, think they national. Celebrate the capital, don't have rights, so they act like an animal, thinking they the baddest in a dead status. Won't listen when I say they brown, not black. Don't think they sound like a clown on crack. Won't realize since their third eyes closed. Don't realize they waste money on clothes. Children with ashy knees, most are obese. Moms don't cook but order pizza with cheese and buckets of the clothes, shaking his finger licking till your arteries are sticking. Heart stop ticking. They wanna play the blame game, but it's too late. Most still don't learn till it's too late. I'll let them do them and I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Brand to identify them. I'm on billboard, can't believe they so dead. Talking without thinking, brainless heads, aimless threads. If you're black, you're a slave. Instead of humbling, they delete me from their page, calling me names, but that's no bother. Most are the return of emergency fund robbers, pushing the I'm black to cause friction. That's when I agree and I'm in the jurisdiction. They want me Morisco. Caravana isn't carnival, no more calypso. The problem's not the world, but abusers of authority got the people timid, not behind the wheel, but limits. Things I say make pop eyes without finish. To wake up, work can't finish. Truths were black or the do them and I just nationality. I'll just do me. Stay watching and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Brand to identify them. The dead will do them like they've always done. Won't barrel of a gun. Won't change, no Barack said it's that time. Use content in their rhyme. Rappers mislead. Situations critical. When we write that spells, you might think not. I suggest every thought that you think should be done very for you. Give me an earful. Make your ears tearful, stomach butterflies, won't wonder why. Just accept the message from me from the Most High. That's why most die, cause they don't listen. Nicene Council Conference made you a Christian. Wicked Khalees got circling Kaaba fictions. All law is from black Egyptian, causing separations and black divisions. Brown faces frontline on attack missions. The plot thickens, but it's thin perceptions. Got them spending less time reception, voting for candidates whose motive direction is to keep us at risk and priority, because have an altered perception. Decepticons got Autobots with deceptions. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still national. Let the dead I'll do me. Let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do them, except to identify them.
Up a bit. Ain't nothing changed, it's the same. You still skylarking, most got stepdaddy like Harden. They hard in, fixing their ways, harden. Conviction. Yeah. Pardon. Knackers in the pen, middle finger to the wire. Free your mind, even though your body barred in. This war that I'm starting, might not want to. That's what I in my card, what they want to call black is soon. Burn hydrogen molecule, there, take a walk to the garden. Set a stage for the role that I'm starting. I'm more think from my door. It's parting. The energy when I'm trying to power the force of a car win. You know the type when you gotta keep your arm in. Why fight when you know say now? You never ever. I never fear. You never ever. I stay prepared. Top one. This gets strain up late nights. Early mornings. I've been engraved in my mind. Pulling in the past.
no harping. Don't be afraid or alarmed by the barking. Keep it close by, very tight a box with a little bit of sparring. Cage fights when you fence, then you barbed in. No auto charging. Never could compare. Let's make it clear. From day one to day done, I'm here. I never fear. Compare. Let's make it clear. Been running this from year to year. I stay prepared. Clean up your heart, I'm cool. Empty out when it's out to the gun. Clean up your heart, I'm cool. Cleanse in the fire, don't burn. Empty out when it's out to the gun.
Religions, the way we interpret them. Please understand this, because I want to be clear. I don't see religion as our problem. It's the leaders who misinterpret that makes us passive and integration. So you got to remember that many of our great leaders were religious people. Whether you look at Marcus Garvey, you look at Delaney, you look at the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, whoever you look at, they had a religious foundation. That ain't the enemy. The enemy was those who took over, who were in the people but not of the people. And they interpreted the Bible in a way that would make you passive and soft. And they interpreted the Quran in a way that would make you passive and soft. I was born and raised Muslim, but you don't see me in the mosque too much because I can't go anywhere with a lot of black people and then nobody talking about them damn political struggle. I can't take it. Okay. You see what I'm saying? I'm fasting this Ramadan, I'll do that. I try to get my 5 prayers in the day, I'll do that. All of that, that's not a problem. I'm Muslim. I love Islam, but I don't love Negroism. Okay. And I always get in debate with my Sunni brothers, you understand, who think that the Arab is their brother. And I got to remind them that there was an Arab slave trade before there was a European one. Okay. In fact, it is older and longer because it ain't stopped yet, and they still over there trading them right now. Okay. And I ain't heard not one Negro even say a word about it, because that's your brother. I'm not growing along with my pants up. I don't have a problem with those who do it. I'm not knocking them. But for me, that has nothing to do with who I am. I don't mind going to my grave as somebody who didn't live as a good Muslim. I can live with that. I don't mind folks saying, you know, he really don't follow the Sunnah and this and that. I don't mind going to my grave as somebody who didn't live as a good Muslim. I can live with that. I don't mind folks saying, you know, he really don't follow the Sunnah and this and that. Knocking him. But for me, that has nothing to do with who I am. I don't mind going to my grave as somebody who didn't live as a good Muslim. I'm not rolling my pants up. I don't have a problem with those who do it. I'm not knocking them. But for me, that has nothing to do with who I am. I don't mind going to my grave as somebody who didn't live as a good Muslim. I can live with that. I don't mind folks saying, you know, he really don't follow the Sunnah and this and that. I can handle that. But what I cannot handle is going to my grave and folks saying he sold his race out. Okay. Woo. And the problem with religions, the way we interpret them, please understand this, because I want to be clear.
Please understand this. Because, like Umar Johnson, 2 years ago, we want to make it clear. We want to make it very clear. He didn't recognize the voice. That was Umar Johnson. Born Muslim. Getting debates with his Sunni brothers or whatever because he's not like them, and that means he's Sufi. That means he's more science. Don't let none of these people fool you that they don't know. Don't let them fool you that they don't know. Know that they know. It's not just his elders are Moors for. What do you think all his elders are Moors for? Why? Just for kicks? Just for jokes? Just for that's not what it is? You just fronting to have elders as Moors? Wants to go to law school now and wants you to pay, but his elders are Moors who know law. His elders are Moors who are Great Seal Moors. Old Great Seal, not Great Seal that you see around today. Old Great Seal Moors. You know what Great Seal Moors are, right? Those are the CMB Moors that enforce Constitution and Moors Zodiac Constitution and anything and everything. Noble Drew Ali, Moorish Science Temple, Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Moorish Divine National Movement, Old Canaanland Temple, whatever. And then they have the CMB stuff. These are the Moors who are his elders. He's not going to tell you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you that Umar Johnson's elders are old Great Seal Moors. That they were Great Seal Moors 30 years ago. 30 years ago, they were Great Seal Moors. Now they're elders. And that's Umar Johnson's elders. You think these guys don't know what's up? You're playing around? Debating Moors? When all these guys, master teachers are Moors? FOH to all you guys. All of you. Islam to Ali Bay for kicking the door open on Tuesday so we could fez rush. So we could fez rush the door. So we could fez rush the fortress. We're fez and turban rushing the conscious fortresses. Everybody's done right now. Noble Drew Ali is back on the front burner. There's Moors in Japan right now. What are you talking about? You're not Moors. FOH to you. There's Moors in the UK right now. Moors? You know that they're Moors? And everybody over there knows about the Renaissance and the Moors are going to come back and all that stuff like that. You think that this is not real? We're not using anybody you don't know. We're using Umar Johnson. You guys know him. His elders that he came up under to be whoever he is right now. That he said he's not going to go to this grave or whatever, like as a sellout, because he doesn't want that. He wants to go to the grave that he fought for his people. That's a theme. That's a Moorish theme. Why? Because Noble Drew Ali told the Moors uplifting fallen humanity. And uplifting fallen humanity is looking out for your people. Do you know what it means right now? We said it before, but we're going to say it again because people really don't let it register in their mind what's going on. Right now, and only because of embarrassment, right, that they wouldn't want to talk. But we can go on the phone right now, and we can call children right now. We can call a child right now that knows that he's not Negro, black, colored.
and he'll drop some science on you. Child knows about their nationality and birthrights. Not like us when we were coming up, dumb Negro. And then these people got us in school offering us 3, 4, 5 languages back in the day. Learn what? What do you learn? Language. Look at that BS. Let's go play ball or something. Let's go do some BS instead of being Moors. You know what languages we could have knew? You know what these people have right now, what they call school, is BS. We went to school, it was BS, but we still got 3 language classes. And then remember all the so-called foreigners back then that were coming here. Because remember, we went to high school in the 90s era. So we didn't miss out. Right? Everybody knows the 90s era. High school. Grade 9 and up. When you used to have bullies and don't let those dudes catch you in the washroom and those ones. There was nothing wrong with it. It was to, you know what I mean, make you who you are today. That's rites of passage. High school's rites of passage. You don't got that today. You got BS today. BS. There's more to be said. Because apparently everybody knows except our dumb Negro people that, like we said, we bring a child on right now. And school you, and you still wouldn't take it. Still gonna be a dumb Negro. So we're for uplifting fallen humanity, which would mean that humanity would have to want to be saved in order to be saved. Humanity has to want it. Forget whoever's got the remedy for humanity. Humanity has to want to be saved, for saving to work. It's the only way you're going to get it. The only way. You're not Moors? Tell BS about Arab slave trade, but how come if you go and you read From Superman to Man, go read From Superman to Man, J.A. Rogers. Go read that. And there's a European on a train. Brother's a porter, just on the train, just doing his work or whatever. Slapping up these Europeans with facts. Slapping them. Like they're just slapping them. Not even close fists, just slaps. Tell them, well, what are you talking about slavery? Slavery? The first slaves were Europeans. Slaves comes from Slavic, and that's German, and you should go study language and stuff like that. The Negro porter, David Walker, the Negro porter, the Negro guy that just had some knowledge. No, he was more. He had knowledge of self. He wasn't a dumb Negro. He wasn't civil liter mortus. Even though he was a porter, he wasn't civil liter mortus. Even though he held people's bags and carried people's bags, load up the train and all that stuff, he stood on what he knew. He didn't compromise. He's a bad guy. He's a punch your ticket guy, and he's schooling these, suit and tie We just colonized doctrine of discovery. You know what I mean? And this Moor cleaned the floor with these Europeans. However long the trip was, oh, they got it. Every European got it. Every one of them. And they couldn't even do anything about it because he's the one that got to punch their ticket. He's the one that hit their bag. What are they really going to do? He wasn't passive. Now, he was like that. Think about how many other ones was like that. And then these other occupations that they say, oh, a Negro, there's a Negro job, you know. And the Negroes were working as the whatever. And the Negroes were this and that. And those were Negroes. Those were subjugated people because we weren't slaves. And bringing in Arabs but your elders are Moors. Who are Arabs? Ask Dr. Ben if Moors are Arabs. Go ask him. Or you go visit him on the soul plane. You don't look around, where's Dr. Ben? Go check Dr. Ben. You guys are the ancient Kemetic, whoever guys. Go check Dr. Ben on the soul plane. Just like Moors go check Noble Drew Ali on the soul plane. It ain't no big deal. Go talk to your master teacher and ask him if we're not Moors. And ask him if Arabs are Moors. And if Asians are Moors. And then let us know what message was relayed to you. If you think you're not Moors and you're everything else. But you're not Moors though. You're not Moors. You're everything else. You want to be Negro black collar, donkey rider. But you don't want to turban and fez up and take your place. So came up Muslim. Debates with the Shiite guys and the Sunni guys and whoever else that's part of the quote unquote Islamic faith. He's not caught up in no rituals and all that stuff. Because he's, apologetically African. African is synonymous for Moor, right? That's Moorish science teachings that he would have got from his elders. That's why he wouldn't say that he's black. So his elders would slap him, talking about he's black. You better be African. Because remember, under the rule of the Moors, under the jurisdiction of the Moors, you're going to get your pass. Because the Moors are fair. The Moors are fair. I mean, like once you don't really violate, most likely you'll get the pass just because we got principles that we live by. You don't have to take everybody's head. But when people start talking about they don't want to go to the grave looking like a sellout, and then check records and they pretty much sold out. That they have Moorish master teachers that got doctorate in Moorish history and all that. That's who their master teachers are. Their master teachers have Moors. Oh, let's just, because you probably don't get what the hell I'm talking about. So let's just take a pause for a second. Let me slow down. Slow down. So this guy's teacher, right? This guy's teacher, master teacher, right? That's not what I'm saying. He said he has Moorish elders. He said that. He knows brothers and sisters that are Moors and they're his people and all that stuff. Okay, so he knows what's up. There's no way that he knows Moors and never got to sit down. All the black guys know about the sit down. Outside people might not know. But in the realm of the conscious community, right? And this is maybe going back, let's say, I know for a fact, at least 2003. At least 2003. I know for a fact that in the conscious community, everybody knows that there's particular people that are elders, right? Regardless what they say on the floor of the whatever, all those elders, they know what's up. They're not confused. They know exactly what's up. These elders always had within that element one or two individuals who were connected to the Moorish paradigm, that they didn't even deal with them or each other on that level. It was closed door when they saw each other. So a theme was that the work that Moors were doing in, say, late 90s into 2000 to 2003, 2004, the work that Moors were doing gave them a certain established position. This is the elders we're talking about. The people who today we say are elders, okay, in the 90s, when they weren't elders, and they were active and they were doing lectures and they were doing whatever that they were doing. Within that, people got to sit down because nobody could argue that we're Moors. Again, bringing up why Dr. Ben was, why, like, what's the fussing about? What do you mean you're debating about if we're Moors or black? The hell are you? Why? For what? What do you mean? You guys read my books and stuff like that? Right? People got to sit down, right? To prove that fact. One of the sit downs that people didn't see was the sit down. Just looked at somebody recording something and put it up as some video for people to watch. Was the Taj Tariq Bey and Kabahaya Watha Kamene. That's how the sit down goes with the elders, just like that. And then after you get to sit down, then, you know what I mean? Now you know. You can't say that you don't know. So trust me, Umar Johnson got to sit down from the Moorish elders. And he's doing what, he wills. Is that right? You know what I mean? whatever. But the people that brought him up, the people who he gives honors to, aren't just Moors. These aren't just Moors that you go on YouTube and you see some guy with a video and you say, oh yeah, that's a Moor. You don't know anything about background or whatever like that. You just see a guy and just say that's a Moor. These aren't these type of Moors. These are Moors that you don't see. These are Moors that behind the veil, behind the veil, behind the veil. And their activity is why you're able to even say that you're conscious and these people don't put a rope around you and that can drag you out of here with your dead status ass. Moors are why. They even get the pass playing their BS. You think, again, like Brother Alim brought up, think clans dressing like Moors to just scare you only? You think the Freemasons, Illuminati are dressing like Moors? Just be with some eye and pyramid and all this stuff? That's supposed to be you. But you want to be Negroes. And Great Seal Moors were reestablishing that ideal of Moors governing themselves. We don't need anybody. All you need to do is stand up to your constitutional obligation if you claim that you're government. We don't care about what happens with whoever is in your jurisdiction. That's you and their business. But people who recognize that they have nationality and birthrights and that they're Moors, you're gonna honor them people. This is the mindset that brought him up. Now he's telling you pay for him to go learn law when we're gonna read what Great Seal means. So you think about it like this, right? After we finish reading whatever we're reading, you tell me, would you go to law school or would you go be a Great Seal Moor after we finish reading this? Clock of Destiny, Moorish Birthrights, Great Seal Zodiac Constitution, founded by CMB and registered with the Department of Justice, Washington, D.C. Name, nationality, Moorish American by inheritance. Beware, the members of this organization must bear in mind that they are under the highest moral and just law of this land, the Great Seal, and therefore must uphold its great moral, human, and just principles in all of their dealings, and do not entertain the thought that because you are not subjected to the Union States Magna Carta law of the land, you are free to violate it, because you will be punished by your own Great Seal law. A crime is a crime universally. Now, you want to know law, right? And elders are Great Seal Moors, which represent what I just read. If you think, well, I'm just going to go be a lawyer because I'm not, you already know that you're brainwashed or you're a sellout or both. Either under mental slavery, because you're chasing after gods of Europe, lawyers, of who you know nothing of, or you're a sellout, means that you're just using your little stature, position, or whatever like that to side with these people to make yourself look good, like you got something now to qualify you to ABCD. Sellout. Or you're both of those. You're brainwashed and you're a sellout. Because ain't no way that I know Great Seal Morris. Because I know Great Seal Morris. And there's no way I'm going to some bar association BS before I go to the Great Seal School and learn. Before I go to the lawyer guys, before I go to the people who I know, if I become one of them, now I'm them. You're not going to become one of them and then work for your people unless you were doing that before. But you even said, bro, that you gave that up to go do your other BS, getting the European to acknowledge you as something. So now you can be somebody and do nothing for our people. I know mad people who bought his books and they said they've got nothing from them books. Nothing. And then I say people, they go to RV Bay Publications and that saved their life. So there's no division. There's no versus. There's the truth and then there's falsehood. A majority of people don't want the truth because it's too stern. They don't want the licks. They don't want to go pick their own whip to get their ass bust. And then have to go back and pick another one because the one you picked was too thin. They don't want those ones. And then remember, you're getting extra for pulling that one too. I know that wasn't child abuse and all that BS, all you colonized Negroes. All you colonized Negroes. And not even doing your job. Have me have to deal with your little Negroes. You're not even teaching them anything. Have them like Negroes. And then you're mad at Morris when, because you didn't give him whatever like that, we'll back that. We'll swallow that one and be a good parent for you. Because as Moors, our duty is uplift fallen humanity. There's no we hate black people and we hate all that stuff. Everybody out here is Moors. Whether they say that they're that or not, that's on them. But as far as Moors are concerned, we know all these people are Moors. They got, I mean, the only other people on the planet is Europeans. So if you're not European, then like there's no in between. No other options. I'm just put modern before European. People who want to play like they don't know Europa and talk crazy. As you see, they're playing with the stuff. Playing with the stuff. So just remember that these people's master teachers are Moors. These guys' master teachers are Moors. Like Great Seal is not some passive sing hymns to Noble Drew Ali Moors. These are Moors who are going and meeting with the mayor, getting buildings and stuff like that. These are Moors who forget going to court. They don't go into court. Go to court for what? We don't even get tickets. We have our own stuff. These people are in our jurisdiction, and we're not in theirs. Govern self. There's Moors doing that right now. Governing self. Governing self. It's already been done. You don't need to recreate the wheel. Everybody wants to be the guy that does the stuff to help save the whoever. Just uplift fallen humanity. That's it. You have to be the guy that does anything. Just uplift fallen humanity. That's all. So that's the charge. Uplift fallen humanity. Under the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Hey, what else is there? Just those. You want to be active more? Just do that. Uplift fallen humanity and live by love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Just do that. Forget all the other stuff that you claim you want to do. That you need to do that. Because everything was already done already. We told you the Moors, I personally saw the Moors activated in Mecca, they call Chicago. And by appearance, if this is how all Moorish stuff runs, if this is how it runs, that wherever they are, they have a governmental approach to their activity that the people who everybody's complaining about is the big brother and the colonists and the whatever like that, they yield to Moors. Yield. Why would they yield? Because Moors they're not doing anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with govern yourself. Nothing's wrong with that. Nothing's wrong with that. Mello's number 7 for nothing. And then the Moor just said that Mello's t-shirt the other day, Mello's t-shirt said, beauty is a birthright. Reclaim your heritage. Beauty is a birthright. Reclaim your heritage. He's not a Moor. He's not Moor. You really trying to tell me that he's not a Moor? He just said that. He just wearing that shirt all over the place just because the shirt doesn't mean anything. The message doesn't mean anything. Well, true. Because everybody's going to look at him as, oh, he's an old player. And he came in the same time as LeBron and all that. What are you talking about? What do you mean? He's old school. He's old school. And then he's coming with the shirt, just like Cam came with the fez, and you just think that they're just not trying to let you know what's up. That's just football guy, basketball guy. The only influence they have is sell sneakers, that's it. You know what I mean? Get baskets, get buckets, jelly and all this BS. Get their bum slapped. That's all they do. Like, what more you want? There's much more we could give you. We pretty much gave you everything. Can't get this thing together. How come? Because you've been following either mental slaves or sellouts or both. And then you want to hear Moors. And then you're looking over here at Moors like, well, look, I don't be Moors. Even Moors are divided. Everyone Moors divided. We talk to Moors in China. What the hell are you talking about? Islam to the mother that called in yesterday, 63. She was just in the chat. Eureka moment. Didn't even sleep that night. Just because. Drop the right seed. Just drop the seed. Somebody in the chat. And the way our chats go, when more start getting in their little zone or whatever, somebody who's really trying to learn or something like that, but remember, there's no BS on our side. Like we're the Moors. We're the ones. Like we are the ones. We're the ones. The Moors who are uplifting fallen humanity and living by the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Somebody come and talking any other BS to you about Noble Drew Ali brought something, you're probably dirty. Because their only job is to make sure that they uplift their people because we're the Moors. How are you a Moor and you're not uplifting your people? What do you mean? Moors civilized the world. What do you mean you're not uplifting your people? Really? So don't look over here as a Negro, black, colored, imaginary guy, thinking that, oh, there's infighting with the Moors, so I'm not going to be a Moor because there's infighting amongst the Moors and there's already infighting with the blacks. And no, everybody's Moors. And all that infighting that you're seeing is either mental slavery, selling out, or both. You're just around the wrong Moors. Like we said, find me some black guys that know some black guys in Japan. Find me some. It's just what it is. The Moors have been returned. We're just getting put on game. We're just getting put on. Been played. We're just getting put on. Think we're somebody. The African origins of classical civilization. G.J.K. Campbell Dunn. Library of Congress number. Oh, interesting. The African Orange of Classical Civilization. C.J.K. Campbell Dunn. Page 113. Interesting. We know that intercourse with snakes still takes place in the African voodoo cult. Roberts and Roberts, referring to accounts by Burton, mentioned a deity described as a woman united with a buffalo, or the offspring of a woman and a buffalo. Also, animal bodies represented with the head and chest of a woman has African antecedents. Bull sports were once widely known in Africa and are still practiced at Pemba in Mozambique. Bullfighting is thought to have been introduced into Spain and Portugal by the Moors, which gives it an African origin. In ancient times, it was also practiced on the Greek mainland. Bullfighting, introduced into Spain and Portugal by the Moors, which gives it an African origin, which is a geographical location, not a who you are, which is right and exact, because Moors, North Africa. And this is Northwest Africa over here. Just like they have it over there. Just like they have Egypt over here and they have one over there. They have Memphis over here and one over there. And a Moab over here and one over there. And Israel here and one over there. And a Canaan over here and a Canaan over there. You see? It's all one people, same culture. One people, same culture. But only Moors get it. Nobody else gets it. Everybody wants to play games like they're all this other stuff. And when Moors try to put people on, here they come. The wrong Moors, convincing our people to not be Moors, be something else. Once you go to something else other than Moors, you're lost. You're done for. Might as well throw in the towel. Might as well throw in the towel. And then for the Moors in Memphis, remember, also too, don't forget, a Nile over there and a Nile over here, the Mississippi. Same people, just in different locations. Like, how is it that the slaves knew to go north and follow the North Star? Like, how would they know that? How would they know to build pyramids here? if they weren't pyramid builders. You know, freaking rocket science. But we know that this is the realm, this is the existence of learning. Or this stuff will be done tomorrow. Everybody get this? I mean, come on now. What the hell? You know? This is like Sankofa. Not the bird with the neck, whatever. Burned down a plantation, Sankofa. That we're all up in here. We're not gonna rush this house right now. We got all these tools and all this type of stuff. They got us out here with tools and all that stuff. Shovel, whatever. There were no slaves digging nothing with no hands and all that stuff. We tell me that we didn't have the common sense to say, let's rush this house. Then Django comes on the horse, whips slave master, kills them and all that stuff, and these Negroes standing there. Hey, look at that guy. Oh, you don't want to do that, man, because the master is going to be mad when you go get that gun there, master. Know that they sold out. So we're supposed to been on that we're Moors. Remember, there's Moorish children right now that they know that they're Moors, but they're children. You know how crazy it is? You know how crazy it is to be a child. You get in trouble with the teacher because teacher said, blackboard. But the board was green. And teacher is mad. Teacher is mad. Sends him to the office. Child parent gets called. Is there more? Right? More comes to the school. Here's the story. High five. Everything's good. Don't worry. Yeah, buddy. No. Oh, no. Everything's fine. You do what you're supposed to do. You don't worry about what. You don't worry about our stuff. Our stuff is tight. Thank you for calling. You know what I mean? Let me know or whatever. But don't even try those ones. Goes back to class. Teacher's mad. And can't do a damn thing about it. Can't do a damn thing about it. They tried the Negro stuff, didn't work. Because he's a minor. There's a minor, you gotta call the parents. They know. They do what they want. They have him sit in the office all day. You get in trouble, you call parents right away. That's how at least it goes with Moors, you know, Negro, black, colored people. You know, anything could be anything going on, how they deal with them. But as far as Moors are concerned, or Moors children, and they're getting top of their class and all that stuff, you know, it's not they're just kind of getting by in school. They're kind of smart. No, they're excelling. Right? So we know how real this is. Not just trying to get some views and get people watching this and in the chat and talking BS, and then you leave here and nothing happens in your life until you see live again, and then you push that, and then something's happening in your life, and then when that shuts off, then nothing's happening in your life. That's not what this is. This is you get off your ass or whatever. You better go do something, uplift and follow humanity, and or live by the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, justice. Real simple. Hit the game-winning shot and just outstretch your arms before the ball even goes in the thing, because you already know. You already know that we're going to be kissing the trophy. Right? Elder Scorpio Moore, I called you, you know, and you sent me the email. I hope you sent some questions, because everybody asks questions. You can email canaanlandguide, Canaan, Land, canaanlandguide at gmail.com. canaanlandguide at gmail.com. All right, so question. Could you direct me to a video or record of a Moor that sued the courts and won, or freed someone from jail or probation or parole or even child support court? All right. One, you can go to publishinfo.net, Mario L. Bay, publishinfo.net, Mario L. Bay. He had child support and 9 other felonies and got those things done. He's free. No obligation to them, no paying anything to them. His stuff's done. Been done. So that's one, right? Freed someone from jail, prison, or probation. I'll go right here to see if I could pull this up. There was a Moor. Actually, matter of fact, there's 2 Moors. One is Brother Albacet in the Netherlands in a mental house. He got put in a mental house that he was quote unquote retarded and all that stuff, and his parents don't want to take care of him, so he's got to go into a mental house. And then he got on to studying, got his declaration paperwork and all that stuff, put these people on notice, started talking about Aboriginal rights and they're violating his rights or whatever. Bam, moved him into a safe house. Bam, moved him out of the safe house. Now he's doing what he's doing. No more retarded all of a sudden because of nationality and birthrights. And that's Brother Albacet in the Netherlands. All right? And if you want his connect, I'll gladly send you his email so you can deal with him. The other one was February 18. Brother Shaquan. Brother Shaquan got kidnapped. Brother Shaquan got kidnapped, again by a mental institution place or whatever, right? Sent him a writ of habeas corpus himself, signed witnessed himself, made copies there, sent a copy to us for us to copy and send out. And the people who were put on notice, habeas corpus, was Dr. Bonnie Wise, psychiatrist, Dr. Dan McDonald, geriatric psychiatrist and clinical instructor, Dr. Martha Donnelly, geriatric psychiatrist, head of geriatric psychiatry program, UBC, and assistant professor, Dr. David Cohen, clinical associate instructor, Dr. Peter Chan, clinical associate professor, University of British Columbia, Dr. Heather O'Doyle, psychiatrist and clinical instructor, sent to Brian Chung, MD, and Dr. Sam Iskandar, Vancouver General Hospital, David Ostro, Vancouver Coastal Health Corporate Office, Office of the Prime Minister, and all of a sudden, he doesn't have mental problems anymore, and he's free to go out the madhouse. And you can go to rvbaypublications.com. When you go to rvbaypublications.com, under Writs of Freedoms, you'll see lots of different paperwork on there that Moors use right now, today, that got them out of whatever it got them out of. Right? It's that real. Sue the courts. You can go to Dr. Aleem El Bey. And remember, we're talking 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, all these times when people are playing around with black stuff and metaphysics and whatever like that. Moors had the place on lock. Moor have a court date, go to the court doors locked. Nobody has court that day, just because these people don't want Moors in the building. This, again, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, around there. Right? You can go check the case of Asbury Park, Moorish Science Temple of America. When Great Seal, remember we talked about earlier with Great Seal? Okay. Great Seal, Moorish Science Temple of America, had a suit against Asbury Park and the whole police department. And it's not about who won or who lost. Garvey went to court. Malcolm went to court. Martin went to court. Rosa went to court. Kwame Ture went to court. Biko went to court. You name it. Everybody went to court. So don't make it like this is just a Moorish thing as far as go to court and stand up for your rights. Afeni Shakur went to court. Black Panthers went to court. Don't look at it like it's about court. It's not about court. It has nothing to do with court. It has to do with what are you standing on when you go to court. Forget about the court. It's what are you standing on? You going there Negro black and all that? If you're going there with no status, then forget it. If you're going as Moor, know that either it's going to be closed doors or they're fighting you to the death. Because just because you're saying that you're a Moor. Just because you're saying you're a Moor. And remember, when you say that you're a Moor, for all you cowards out there, remember, when you say that you're a Moor, you're also causing them to invoke Treaty of Verona, because they have a charge. Like we have a charge to uplift fallen humanity, they have a charge to destroy anything Moorish and make sure that nothing Moorish stands a chance around here. Doesn't stand a chance, because we cannot deal with anything Moorish. Antonio Fraser, the Warrior Queens. Antonia Fraser, the Warrior Queens. Page 184. This is for all the people with the Moors and the courts, and you think that Moors go to court, something goes down, Moors lost. No, that's not, Moors not lost. That's Inquisition that we're up against when we go there. When you go there, you go there for some court BS. When Moors go there, that's the Inquisition that we're up against. So your black BS you go to court for, make yourself look anything close to what it is Moors have to do when they go to these places. Because when we go there, we're facing the Inquisition. We're facing Romantic Pontifex. We're facing, you said that he's a what? A Moor? Oh, get him out of here right now. You ask Moors, they'll tell you. Get him out of here. We don't want to hear anything that he has to say. Why? Why this so? You guys gave me the ticket. Like, what do you mean? Why are you mad? How you gave me the ticket and you're telling me when I go there you don't want me in there? And then when you kick me out of there, you're still going ahead with the case, and then you're gonna claim to find me guilty. You tell me that's not a rigged game? If you tell me that's not a rigged game, then you're probably in mental slavery or a sellout or both. You have to watch you. We're telling you what it is. Don't look at any situation that Moors have dealing with these Inquisitionists and relate it to black guys dealing with a magistrate or a judge and a jury and a court of law, prosecutor, and all that stuff. That's just not the same. Page 184. Similarly, the Moors who were originally granted generous terms after the fall of Granada in the same year, including their own lands, their own laws, their own religion, and their own dress, ended by being expelled in their turn if they did not accept conversion. Right? If we did not accept not being Moors, like how all you other people accept not being Moors, you see how you guys converted to be black, Negro, African, or whatever? Right? To be a converso is not a good look, as far as your ancient foremothers and forefathers are concerned. They frown at conversos. Similarly, the Moors who were originally granted generous terms after the fall of Granada in the same year, including their own laws, their own religion, and their own dress, ended by being expelled in their turn if they did not accept conversion. In 1487, During the series of campaigns known as Reconquista, Queen Isabella had given money for the Moors to be reclothed in the Castilian fashion as a propaganda exercise. Let's just read that again. In 1487, during the series of campaigns known as Reconquista, Queen Isabella had given money for Moors to be reclothed in the Castilian fashion as a propaganda exercise. In 1508, 4 years after her death, Moorish dress, in a final insult suggesting the total suppression of the culture, was prohibited altogether. That's what we're up against. So don't just throw it out there, well, Moors don't have any proof that they sued a court or sued or whoever or whatever like that. The fact that we're just saying that we're Moors, that only is going to throw the scales of justice off balance. Because at that point, they know that all their oaths and all their Masonic whatever means nothing. Because when you go in there, you swear on the Bible, right? Okay, so that's a holy place. Well, anytime a Moor goes into a holy building, it becomes a temple. And then the Moor is the chief judge in that position, which is why they always kick the Moor out of court. Because they really don't have jurisdiction. You're looking at it like they're exercising some power to kick a Moor out. No, they're kicking him out because they don't have jurisdiction. The hell's he doing in there? You don't got jurisdiction over him. Get him out of here. But if you don't have the knowledge, you look at it totally wrong. You wouldn't recognize that that was a win. Because if they kicked him out, then whatever they're doing after that really has nothing to do with him because he wasn't there. I understand the dynamics of commerce and loans, small claims, etc. But I'm talking about the courts that lock Moors away and put them on probation. Now, once again, when you're talking about courts that lock Moors away and put them on probation, that's not lock Moors up and put them on probation. That's Reconquista. That's the campaigns against the Moors because they didn't want to convert to being good Negroes. They didn't want to convert to being Castilian. So they make an example out of them to make Negroes stay Negroes. Because if being a Moor means I'm going to get locked up, then I don't want to be a Moor. And make you give up your own birthright like a big dummy. You see Chinese giving up their birthright because Chinese people do crazy stuff? Like, nah, we're not going to be Chinese because Chinese sold the Chinese into slavery yet. They're still their ancient foremothers and forefathers, Moors. So that's why you're supposed to uplift fallen humanity and live by the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. So you won't have to be in their courts and being worried about getting locked up and put away and then having being put on probation. Because there's no way that you're uplifting fallen humanity under the principles of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, and the ancestral forces aren't working with you. No way. That's the gift of keeping it simple. Because there's exquisite essence in simplicity. Talk to your students about respect, because if we were in front of each other and they attempted me, it most likely would have gotten physical. And that's sad because I came with honor and respect. Peace. Well, you have to realize jurisdiction. In our realm that we create, like, for example, we know that this is YouTube's whatever, right? www dot and all that BS, that ain't our stuff. But within this stuff, you know, we're gonna create our own little hub. Because again, you know, don't look at us like you look at all these other Moors out here. We're not those Moors. Moors who are, you know, like we were saying earlier, Great Seal, Moorish Divine, the National Movement, Noble Juali, Washita, Aboriginal and Indigenous, like Moors who are active. Don't mistake us for Moors that you might be used to, that you might be able to say some stuff and think that you're just going to get away with stuff because you say you're a Moor. Because trust, Moors who are active are studious. And we're not just studious in one realm. We're studious in a multiplicity of realms because we deal with uplifting fallen humanity. So we have to be able to relate to anybody at any time. Like there'll be black guys, right? Who would say, well, every time there's a messed up situation, they want to call me to deal with it because, you know, and they're racist because they can't do it. Instead of realizing that maybe you're the only one that could really do the job properly. So know that we're not the norm. We created our own little jurisdiction. When you come in our chat, don't be careful. You might get cussed out if you say something crazy. And then if you take it personal, then we know that's why your ass got cussed out, because you don't have handles on your feelings. It's not our fault. It's just what it is. That's why we got a holy book that we read and we master ourselves. Because we don't take BS. We're not going to be going to jail for no Negroes or nothing like that. But we don't take BS. So when you say that you came with honor and respect, if you're dealing with energy people, you better be very careful with what you say, because words have power. And in the realm of chats, that's all you got. and emojis or whatever. But other than that, all you got is words. So as soon as we say somebody say about beloved or whatever like that, hey man, we don't even. That frequency was already used by people who we don't even mess with. So as soon as you come with that, we're looking at you funny, regardless of what you said the catchphrase that you shouldn't have said. You know, now talk about Prophet Noble Drew Ali, PROFIT in a real conversation, like you said prophet like that, or you're gonna get eaten by some Moors. Yeah, it was a mistake. It wasn't me. It was the. Hey man, you should have double checked your stuff. Like, we playing those ones. So again, like we say, don't take it personal because the Moor took you over to the corner and give you some rib shots. Like, it's tough love. Don't get mad, especially if you're new here. Learn how stuff runs. Sit down in the cut for a little bit and watch how things go before you throw your, you know, because you throw your hat in the ring, you might not get your hat back. And you're gonna be mad. You shouldn't throw your hat in the ring. Like, why are you throwing your hat in? You don't know what's going on here. You just jump in it. You know, then get mad. It's like back in the day when you get hype. You want to come on the dance floor or whatever, like stuff when Onyx is playing or whatever. What are you doing out here? What are you doing out here when Slam comes on? What do you mean you got hit in the face? You gotta get the hell out of here and stay out of the Slam dance, right? Like, don't get Hulk smashed. Just as a bystander. It's nothing personal. Nobody hates you. Nobody's against you. But we're on a different level. Like I'm saying, you know, you gave me the contact number. Ain't no big deal. Gave you a call. Got the voicemail. Left a message. And, you know, it is what it is. I mean, you tried to call back. Call can't go through and all that type of stuff. Like, you know, it is what it is. That should let you know that they're trying to stop the stuff because you already know. You know what I mean? But if you're worried about quote unquote my students or whatever like that, you know what I mean? When these are my brethren and my sister in Moors, like they students and all that stuff there. Like I'm learning from them too. These students. You know, Moors put stuff on me. How much info I got put on? I'm Grand Sheik or whatever. You think I'm taking that serious? Moors put me on. What do you mean? What do you mean somebody's Grand Poobah and nobody else is putting them on any info? What the hell are you talking about? Like we're just saying, don't get, you know, when you deal with active Moors, you're dealing with Great Seal Moors, like for example, like we said, with the thing with the sit down, right? Like there's a you know what the Moors are? The Moors are that teacher that you hated in high school, but later in life you realize that was the best teacher, you know? And you hated them because they were stern, and you hated them because they didn't let you get away with BS, and they always caught you when you were doing your BS. But then you realize later that, hey, you know what? Wow, that actually worked. That actually helped me out that situation. That bastard knew the whole time what he was doing. He wasn't being a dick. He wasn't being a dick teacher. He was actually setting me up to be successful. He was setting me up to be somebody. That's what Moors are. Because I had Moors, you know what I mean? Cuss me out and all that stuff. 2 years later, hey, Cujo, man, sorry about, you know what I mean? When I tripped out, I was just a Negro and, you know what I mean? I thought you were coming at me and then I had to, you know what I mean? You know, worries more. I already knew that's why I talk how I talk. Like, I ain't worried about it. I got feelings. You're mad. I'm mad because you're mad. Oh, you don't like how I talk to you. Oh my gosh. So I'm sorry. I'm mad. I know what's up. Look at me. You go talk to Taj or whatever. You go talk to Anita or something like that. You worried about this chat? You worried about somebody said something to you in this chat, have some respect. Oh my gosh. You go call Mother Anita L. You're talking crazy. You go talk to Brother Fontaine or one of them people there. Right? Don't go to them as no halfwit. you better know your stuff. Right? You better know your stuff. Because they will not play with you. They will not play with you. Mama don't play. Make you go pick the whip. And when you bring it back, say, oh, that one's too small. Go pick another one. That's why people don't like Moors. But it's all right. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We know that is nothing personal. More than goals and all that stuff. We suppress the lower self. Like it's not. We you know what I mean? You know. Oh, another one you could go to. Canaanland Moors. My name is my name. Canaanland Moors. My name is my name, and that's a Moor out here, Brother Lanre, who when he was going to court, he got the videos of when they dragged him out the car and all that stuff. And then he goes all the way to the end to when he got the transcript of his case and the verdict. So you can go check his stuff and see what's good. Right? If you want examples of Moors did something with this information that we got. Right? Right? And again, like I said, remember that your stuff right now, like you're not on some YouTube channel, you were just floating around, you found this. Like this is our stuff. Deal with it or not deal with it. We're not taking it personal. It's not no big deal. You know what I mean? It's not no big deal. You shouldn't take it personal. You shouldn't think somebody really wants to fight you. Anybody want to fight you? Fight what? Fight about what? When you fighting you, you got L or whatever. But like I said, you know, we got the numbers. We'll see what's really good. There's not no we're against anybody. Our first principle is love. However, you gotta get it. It might be tough. We're mad, still love. Fought your brother already. Like, what do you mean? You know, big deal. Not no Cain and Abel going on over here. It ain't nobody talking shit and trying to, you know what I mean, fight somebody. That's a chat. That's a chat. Like that's a chat. That's not like you know how much videos we got about Hulk smash. That's a theme of our stuff. Go check. We Hulk smash everything. Right? Like I just because I don't know, maybe you're not, and this is why, right? The Moors are dealing with you how they're dealing with you. It's the same thing like we were saying yesterday. It's the same thing like we were saying yesterday. We're telling you about the show. Right? We're telling you about the show. You want the number. Two Moors put the number in the thing, and you're still asking for the number. What are Moors supposed to do? Like, what are we supposed to do? You ask for the number, some Moors give you a number, right? You sent the email, you asked about the cases having to do with, parole, go to court, and all the stuff. Gave you a rundown of Moors who had situations, gave you their website, gave you the names of the videos or whatever, so you can go check them, you can go email them, message them, find out whatever, go leave comments, just like you leave comments all on my videos. You can go on those guys' stuff where they talk about the stuff that you're questioning me about. Don't question me about it. And then when you get the answer, you don't like the answer. You think people are coming at you. Ain't nobody coming at you. We gave you the info. After we give you the info, we're going about our business. Like, you still talking about? Are you talking about you want the info still when you've been got the info? This is not some hating or some, we don't like, or we're active Moors. Like we're in our own realm. We're in our own realm. Right? We're not in any way, shape, or form conformed to the norm. As far as active Moors. Any other Moors, I don't know about them. I have nothing to do with them. I could care less what they do. Just don't talk about the mothers and don't disrespect the master teachers. That's all. As soon as I start going there, then, you know what I mean? Don't get mad. Because we don't bother anybody. All we do is study. Like we don't bother anybody. People coming out there showing holy Qurans and trying to make a mockery of our birthright, which is also their birthright. This is for those who love Jesus. If you don't love Jesus, F out of here. You don't care. But don't take it personal. Because trust me, if you have a conversation with the mother, if you're talking like how you're talking because of some Moors in the chat saying some stuff, yo, mother, when she talks to you, she does not play. She gets all up in your feelings, trampling on your feelings. Have your feelings begging for mercy. Have your emotions tapping out. The mother doesn't play. If you think you're getting something in this chat, you're complaining about my students need to do something. You ain't got nothing. You got nothing. We're here to uplift fallen humanity. And trust this, the mothers are getting it right, which is why the sons are getting in order. There's only certain sons that were in the womb when mother got administered to by the angels. Only certain sons, not all the sons, Only certain sons. Certain sons, red fez, turbans and stuff like that. Those ones are the ones. We're here. We're here now. The sons are here now. Mother sent us back to do what it is that we're doing. Get this knowledge, give it out to our people. Uplift fallen humanity. Humanity is woman first, not masculine. Because humanity comes from women. Right? Islam Moors, listen to this right now. Oh, got it?
It's just fiat. All you do is chase fiat. Your children need you more than fiat. Dirty Moors running and gunning for fiat. Assassinate me, Lumumba style with fiat. Assassinate me at the rostrum with fiat. Get your hand out my pocket, wads of fiat. From high school to the NBA just for fiat. Teachers striking, students pay tuition with fiat. Banks say loans of credit, that's fiat. Russell Simmons credit pushing, plastic fiat. Pay a debt with debt, print more fiat. Making more debt when you pay debt with fiat. The currency in the money is you, not fiat. Seen heads borrowed, cause he owes him fiat. Lips through, stepping on shoes, bought with fiat. $1 trillion deficit is because of fiat. Richness, not wealth, is measured with fiat. Free national standards and power make men not fiat. In videos, Negroes kick and throw fiat. Little Bow Wow, your black card is just fiat. Police raid, collect guns, drugs and fiat. Serve themselves the job, protect the fiat. Armored trucks can't be armored if they carry a fiat. In case you missed it, the paper currency is the fiat. Credit, debit, Dexit, all fiat. HJR 192 will tell you about fiat. Jordan Maxwell and Patriots tell you about fiat. You won't listen to Taj Tariq Bey tell you about fiat. Companies bankrupt, bailed out with fiat. Gold and silver is the currency, not fiat. Burn a flag, wars will come if you burn fiat. Planting a gun under oath, under table fiat. I know thugs robbed by peace officers for fiat. B&E niggas crack the safe, grab the fiat. Not the bonds, but blood diamonds and stacks of fiat. Professor Griff told me they got ships in fiat. Airport detectives scan bodies, count fiat. Debt pushers and addicts got bad habits for fiat. Even youth man is job searching to make some fiat. On the jobs and occupation, they pay you with fiat. Butter, times are harder, don't trade old gold for fiat. Shake your ass around the pole for fiat. Slap Rihanna silly, Chris got fiat. Oprah's involved, that Dirty Moore got some fiat. Mountain Dew use Busta Rhymes to make some fiat. Charles Barkley kiss a ref just for fiat. Lil Wayne kiss Birdman just for fiat. Michael Jordan got a statue made Bulls fiat. Cook got out the Masters, Tiger Woods got fiat. Wesley Snipes free on a bond, not fiat. CEOs free on a bond, not fiat. Walking gold road, strong man gets his fiat. From your energy, the enemy collects fiat. Send a notice, summons, you send it back. It's treason to pay debts with debt and to collect what you call money but fiat.
Who says we ain't into building? We the Moorish master masons, architects for your children, repping Friday 13th like Jason, without the killing. But we promote life, oh, it's all about the feeling. And we invoke light, yo, we them light beings. Though you might see him on the block getting his portion, might be talking to cops, giving them caution. Occasionally wearing his fez when he's walking, see the turning heads, whispering, gawking. But he's locked in, and he's zoned out while we boxed in our own house.
Study the mystics, the adepts, the magi. Wisdom of the ancients can all calcify eyes. Possible mission, free mental numbness. Extract the substance, rid minds of dumbness. Use the source, don't care what some purport. As we know by being told, man knows not. Many before the floor, souls got bought. Placed in the devil's hands, rule in the seven lands. To dogma rituals, negro spirituals. Brainwash subliminal, keeps thinking to a minimal. They still criminal, in a world digital so pitiful. Mental survival so critical, it's visible. Can you see past righteous wrongs? Hashtag zombies with waves of cyberpunk. No need for cell phones, they speak through soft palms. It's nothing for alarm, chips and forearms.
Wind, brass, and bass, such a beautiful serenade. Women feeding me grapes, I'm feeding to give me serenades. Whether the sky is clear or gray, rain when you hear a fake, giving life to see. Speaking through who not here today. Show you the future in a glimpse. Can always look to these holes like hallucinatory gems. Sun walked the desert, been more of a since I found God. Look back, used to see his prince. Forget being a prince, I'm a G. OD, grown man, no Jody. Deny it, you'll know me. Don't make me tap into the old me. That's like a couple hundred years. Walk around town with a couple hundred peers and release the peace of up fears. The sun gon' shine for what tears? This young brother here just trying to get his third eye clear.
This deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack. This deep, Moors don't sleep. Invest in your mind, body, and unleash. Real life rap, spitting over tracks. Conscious thinking and living and then attack.
So as the moon sets, the sun takes its place and spoons on blocks and spaces. Feel back, got cases. Fire stain the corridors of flammable faces. Game changers, rule benders, and no pretenders. Style benders, channel my vibe through the vibrant optic lenses. Send a message to our veterans. Soldiers up and get it in. We on our birds, we on merge, subliminal beings. Third eye seeing, still I participate unwilling.
They wanna break me, shake, bake, grade me. Rolling with my main G, double OMG. SON is crazy for a minute that you think you could take me for a fool like a native to his land, being schooled by a foreign dude. You mistaken me, spiders on the roof, in the dark tools. I be saying you mistaken me. You better move or I mark it. My weapon is my tongue, your resistance to target. Revealing all lies and deceit on the market. Genocide, carry out in pockets, I knock it down, bulldozer. David to Goliath, it's an exposure. Some big cats ruling and it's getting closer to your downfall. Round up on your soldiers.
Little homie, I was seeking a fortune, tired of misfortune. I just wanted a portion, everything that I never had, though I needed my portion. Blowing like porcelain, haters cracking as porcelain. Getting broke, tired of being broke. How we acquire hope is a DJ skill as a dope, just to keep us afloat. Mind is deep as the boat, brain is a lethal weapon. We want it to a low. When I speak, I provoke. Walk in the room with my aura feeling like heavy smoke. Feel like when the levy broke under my Louis fitted the semi-poke. Cause then we captured the king of boy, yeah, the joke. The cost of living, higher profit. It's a private prison. These little girls are selling bodies just to pay tuition. These little niggas selling niggas just for bail condition. It's like the slavery never ended, we're the intermission. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me, and it's one plan. I wanna free the world, but I'm one man. A couple ones like me, and one plan.
Yeah. Secret Society Productions. Do them and I'll just do me. Do them and I'll just do me. Masons think they out of blacks, think they national. Celebrating king speeches at the Capitol. Don't have rights, so they act like an animal. Thinking they the baddest in the dead status. Won't listen when I say they brown, not black. Don't think they sound like a clown on crack. Won't realize since their third eyes closed. Don't realize they waste money on clothes. Children with ashy knees, most are obese. Moms don't cook but order pizza with cheese. And buckets of the clone shaking his finger licking. Till your arteries are ticking. They wanna play the blame game, but it's too late. Most still don't learn till it's too late. I'll let them do them and I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting the slave brand to identify them. I'm on Billboard, can't believe they so dead. Talking without thinking, brainless heads, aimless threads. If you're black, you're a slave. Instead of humbling, they delete me from their page, calling me names, but that's no bother. Most are the return of emergency fund robbers, pushing the I'm black to cause friction. That's when I agree and I'm in the jurisdiction. They want me Morisco and at the disco. Caravana isn't carnival, no more calypso. The problem's not the world, but the people in it. Abusers of authority got the people timid. Not behind the wheel, but giving themselves limits. Things I say make pop eyes without spinach. Too much dead to wake up, work can't finish. The first Jews were black, or their language Yiddish. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting the slave brand to identify them. The dead will do them like they've always done. Won't change unless in front the barrel of a gun. Won't change though Barack said it's that time. Youths killing each other, same content in their rhyme. Rappers mislead, situations critical. When we write that spelling, spells are rituals. You might think not, I suggest every thought that you think should be done very careful before you give me an earful. My reply to kind of make your ears tearful. Stomach butterflies won't wonder why. Just accept the message from me from the Most High. That's why most die, cause they don't listen. Nicene Council Conference made you a Christian. Wicked Khalees got circling Kaaba fictions. All law is from my heart, they say black Egyptian. Causing separations and black divisions. Brown faces frontline on attack missions. The plot thickens, but it's thin perceptions. God will spending less time on Charlie than Inception. Voting for candidates whose motive direction is to keep us at risk in priority sections and make us have an altered perception. Cons got out of box with deceptions. Let the dead do them and I'll just do me. My order of the day is still nationality. Let the dead do them, I'll just do me. Stay watching DVD lectures and fun TV. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Mixing their trees with the cigarette blend. I'll do me and let the dead do them. Accepting the slave brand to identify them.